going on, people? It's your boy B-Yax. On this episode, we'll be doing a roundup of Coon of the Year 2022. I'll be joined by Fly in the Wall members Mo and Chinua, who will give you a detailed explanation of their two nominees for the special edition. So
my vote goes to Suella Braverman, or as Chins like to call her, Suella Cruella. I think she's been horrible. She's been really bad last year, going against the pledges with Windrush, describing immigration as an invasion. I think it's pretty, it's very disappointing considering that she comes from an immigrant background herself, and just basically launching a campaign against second generation immigrants or just immigrants in general. I just think you should have a little bit more empathy. So yeah, that's who my vote will go for, Suella. Yeah.
So her scandal with the Windrush.
Yeah.
Situation. The head of the Windrush inquiries expressed disappointment after the Home Secretary confirmed the government was dropping 3 key commitments made in the wake of the scandal. The government originally adopted all 30 of the proposals in the report, but has now backtracked on 3 of them. Establishing a commissioner responsible for speaking up for migrants and those affected by the system directly or indirectly. Giving the independent Chief Inspector of Borders and Immigration new powers, holding a series of reconciliation events with people impacted to listen and reflect on their stories. And look, she was like, nah, fuck you niggas, man.
But it's like, as a Home Secretary,
back to the islands you go.
As a Home Secretary, go against these pledges against with Windrush. How is that conducive to actual home affairs, state affairs? I think it's just something the Tory party they just want to do, just go against immigration, as if that's the biggest problem. No, we've got other issues. We've got serious issues that she should be addressing. But yeah, it's the same things that I keep hearing from her.
I think she gets away with it a lot.
I think
people tell everyone knows about her and her fuckeries, isn't it? But
in my opinion, she's
Suella Braverman. No, but you don't really hear in the media. You don't really hear about her as much, is what I noticed. But when she is secretly, she might be the godfather of coonery in a Conservative party from a member of an ethnic minority group. Shame on you, Suella Braverman. So let's give her a round of applause.
Do you know what? Rishi Sunak.
Ooh.
I'm gonna Rishi Sunak to me is a very close second.
Isn't?
Yeah.
You've seen Sunak man. What they call him?
Yeah.
But Fishy Sunak on what was it? Gins.
But then I don't know. The thing is,
called him that.
So Suella takes it for me, just because of the things that she said, and because the main thing I remember Rishi doing is there's an old clip of him saying I
have friends who are aristocrats, I have friends who are upper class, I have friends who are working class, but I'm not working class, but I mix and match, and then I go to see kids from an inner city state school and tell them to apply to Oxford and talk to them about people like me, and then I shock them at the end of chatting to them for half an hour and tell them I was at Winchester.
To me, I was like, what's this guy on?
Working class.
Yeah, I think Suella, for me, just takes a biscuit. Yeah.
Yeah, she's getting it in, man. Those butter biscuits have been paying the bills, paying for her lifestyle, paying mortgages. Coonery, look, has its perks in it, I guess, innit? I guess it's kind of easy to coon, innit? You can gain a living from cooning.
It's career cooning,
It's my vote now, isn't it?
Big chins.
Conservatives.
Man, dominated the whole government.
You're hear me say I'm going to vote Conservatives right now. Yeah. 100%. They're my candidates. My vote. Yeah. It's endless.
A whole political party.
So it's not one particular person, just the whole party itself.
It's endless. There's multiple. There's multiple. That's what I can say. We've got Cruella, Priti Patel, Rishi Sunak, Les. I've forgotten the first surname. Is it Les Anderson? The other guy, the guy that said that you need to, that people can live off 30p meals if you need to do. I did it myself. That's what's going on. And he's English. He's straight up English. Like I said, these men are cooning against their own people, hard and strong, my bro. So I have to vote Conservative. Like I said, it's difficult to name just one person from there because there's so many people out there in that Conservative party that just be taking full advantage of people, fully having no care whatsoever about the average working human being in the United Kingdom right now. So, yeah, definitely voting Conservative. Can you find what he said?
This Conservative government.
And his full name, I forgot. I'm sure it's Les Anderson.
That is a big shout.
I'm sure that's his name.
That is a big
He's
shout.
wild, Like, honestly, he's coming out and saying, families, you need to learn how to run a household. This is what my man said, the cheek.
I think you're talking about Lee
Anderson?
If you cook
Lee
in
Anderson.
bulk, you will be able to survive for 30 people. 30 people. What are you buying for 30 people? What kind of ingredients is this man putting in the food? That's really what I want to know. Like, it's wild.
Bro, they had David Cameron, when he was PM, they had him one political show, when the guy was like to him, David Cameron, can you survive on a 0-hour contract, bro? David Cameron could not let this guy finish, innit? Because there was no answer, innit? He didn't have an answer for him. So what David Cameron was doing, because the guy kept repeating himself, innit? So David Cameron kept talking over the guy. So he doesn't answer the guy.
It's the number one trick, man.
Bro, he had to talk over him, bro. Like, he had to just shut him down. What can he say to that? He can't let him ask him that question.
Did you find a name for the 30p guy?
Yeah, Lee Anderson.
Is it Lee Anderson?
Yeah.
Wait, Lee Anderson.
Dangerous, man.
Living God.
Imagine there's people. The guy on the LBC was saying, do you know what? He sort of what he was saying sort of resonates with me, and he did live like that, innit? He did live like a broke man. I was like, what broke man is living off of 30p meals? He's saying, people are buying too many takeaways, this, that. You gotta do the 30p. Like, you are crazy. But forget about takeaways. Like, honestly, what are you buying for 30p? Have you looked at the price of a tin tomatoes lately? Like,
Wait,
have you looked at the price of oil lately? Like olive oil, all sorts of things, even cooking oil.
£2, yeah.
Yeah, man, the Conservative Party, listen, that party, I don't know how they're still around. If you want to leave next to a nigger, vote Labour.
Oh,
Smethwick, racist election. I can't remember who it was at the time he said it, but they can say that shit on TV. See it in Parliament. It was all calm. Yeah.
yeah.
No, I hear you change.
So you're saying-
Kwasi Kwarteng, you little bully. Say Liz Truss was in power.
You
She
got
was like,
thrown under the bus.
I don't want to see no niggas inside. Kwasi, see you later, nigga.
I'm saying that anyway.
What's a good contain?
Alright, listen. The reason for that, but that's for a whole nother show. We can talk about roots. About another day.
Yeah, man.
No, there's loads of people you can mention in a Conservative Party.
Yeah, I told you it's endless. That's why I just have to say the Conservative Party. I have to.
Fair enough.
Nah, because
obviously we need
I
to.
understand Pretty and all them man then, but I'm gonna say Conservative Party. Because as a whole, they all operate within the same ideals, and they all have the same objective, which is power, money.
If there's one individual for you,
is the definition of what we're talking about right here.
If there's one individual that stands out the most, that you would just, that if you had to vote for one,
pick of the bunch.
Who would it be?
Who's your man of the match?
What about this? anyone that is a person of colour in the Conservative Party. What about that? They're like the super coon.
Nah, facts.
I mean, he's a coon.
Facts.
Pretty, Rishi, Cruella Stewart, they're coon.
But
Listen.
which one's the worst? Like
Uncle Tom's and
I
Auntie.
told you, the colour. I know that sounds really bad and racist.
No, but
People of colour within that institution are top coons. That is what I say. Unless they're a receptionist and they're just getting by. Them MPs.
because I hear you need ethnic minority representations in places of power and in institutions of power, but that doesn't necessarily mean change for people of colour.
No, it doesn't.
That's the illusion that they sell. This is what we're calling out.
Exactly.
This is what we're calling out. You know, like, are you actually like fulfilling like your role? Like, you're there for a reason to, you know, to look out for people that are underrepresented and people that are getting oppressed, people that are marginalised in community, you know, in the community. So, and it's behind the scenes as well. You know, that's the thing. That's where they're doing all the madnesses. You know, a lot of it is, well, you're not going to see it on the mainstream media.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So their laws and just anti-immigration. I don't understand. Like, these men are going harder than like Farage. They're going harder than a Farage. Like,
yeah.
No, it's historical.
the Nigel Farage. You expect that from him, innit? It's his country, innit? Like,
Even Nigel Farage, he's not as deep as these guys.
Yeah.
Farage had his moment with UKIP, and for him it was just, I don't know, he had some real agenda with Brexit. He obviously had some sort of, you know, something there motivating him for the Brexit thing. Because outside of that, he's not that deep. He would never say what the Lee Anderson guy said about, you know, 30p bills.
what? Did you see what he said about Romanians?
Yeah, bro.
Farage.
Can the public services cope with yet another influx when Bulgaria and Romania are entitled to come here next year? Nigel Farage.
Not really, no, and nor should they have to. I think it is completely irresponsible, wrong, in fact damn stupid, to be opening up our doors next January to 29 million people from Romania and Bulgaria. And just bear in mind that nearly 50% of the Bulgarian population are living on or below the poverty line. This is a real poverty line. You know, people are actually struggling to eat. Give you sort of some idea of how poor it is. The average monthly salary in Bulgaria is 200 euros a month. A pensioner gets 100 euros a month. I mean, it is a country, I'm afraid, in a terrible state. The judiciary is not independent. The mafia basically runs the economy. If I was a Bulgarian, I'd be packing my bags now, wanting to come to Britain. And I feel sorry for the people in Bulgaria. But frankly, as the recent census figures showed, you know, I'd been going around saying that 3 million had come in the last 10 years. I was wrong. Officially, the figure was 4 million. If you add the illegals, possibly 5 million. And at a time when we have youth unemployment in Britain already running at 21%, we do not need more oversupply.
So what
in the
should be
unskilled
done?
labour market.
Talk about Romanians, and he's still talking about this immigration thing. I hear that.
Farage was the poster boy.
He's the first one that was. He wouldn't say, you know, you got to live off of 30p meals. Like, he ain't gonna say that to the British public, to his own people. That's what I'm saying. Like, his own other British people that he loves so much, he ain't gonna turn around and say, yo, bro, you gotta live off of 30p.
Listen, hey, look, what he's doing, what he's doing, he's selling out the white working class, like, because they don't, you know what I'm saying, they're not rated. The white working class to them, man, there, bro, you lot are just as bad as them. You know what I'm saying? That's what he's shitting on them.
He's got his own show on LBC as well, man.
Yeah, he does.
Yeah, bro.
He's a character.
See, you man are in the car, in your cars listening to this.
That's how you stay in leading what is it? What's LBC?
Leading British conversation, yeah.
I ain't gonna lie, they are doing well.
Yeah.
Bro, they had Lammy on there.
David Lammy's on there.
So there was a caller that was like, you're not English.
Oh, you remember that, yeah?
He's like, oh man, they back these men into the corner, innit? These guys, and obviously he's part of the Labour Party, innit? And, you know, but when the Queen dies and that, you got 1 minute you're going on like, you're here to represent inclusion and diversity and all these kind of things. And he just backtrack. Like, you can't, Jeremy Corbyn, he doesn't bend. Like, Jeremy Corbyn just, you know what I'm saying? He flies straight.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Even like when the Queen died, bro, my man was being sarcastic. Like, it weren't like a whole essay about how great the Queen was.
He's a Republican, isn't it?
Do you get it? Like, when the Queen had Lammy's like, oh man, she's a perfect role model. Yeah, nah, stop fucking cooning, man. Like, I love it. So, yeah, man, it's the government, conservative government, what can you say, man? The list goes on and on and on and on.
So, my next nominee he's a top coon, really. He's a man that's made a lot of noise, over 22. He recently got banged up over a pizza box, apparently. Greta was dancing on his face.
Bruv, a 30-something-year-old man beefing like a teenager, bruv. Teenage girl, bruv. Like, for no reason. Like, he started it as well.
Listen,
I didn't even hear about this.
Gangster, bro. He brought the best out of her, I must say. But, yo. And so, I mean, I must have baited it out. So it's Mr. Coon, Mr. Andrew, shiny bald head, maybe married.
You know what? That's a great contender right there. I'm not gonna lie.
Austin, Stone Cold Steve Austin, should I say? With a little bit of a tan. That's who he looks like. Andrew Tate, shiny head. So where do we begin with this Coon? Where do we begin? He's done so much.
Yeah.
He's upset hundreds of millions of women worldwide. I'm pretty sure he can't walk anywhere free.
Mm-hmm. He's got like a whole security team.
You
know.
Big time. Imagine he walks through the ends with no security and he gets clocked.
Nice. He'll get dipped. Yeah.
Galley are beating him, man are beating him. This boy ain't going.
No, stop it.
I personally think most people are going to be asking for pictures.
Nah, man. Not in the ends.
Bro, you know what?
That's my opinion.
You know his brother, Kadar served him in his work.
Yeah,
Tristan Tate, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he apparently just came on his ones, like, just didn't even pay with card or at the till. He just left like £60 on the table for like 3 drinks.
This man is dodgy, bro. Everything about him is dodgy. Anything that
it's egocentric, innit?
Top bait, clickbait man down.
Yeah.
The definition of clickbait, innit?
Yeah.
They say just to get in the clicks, getting the views.
He's a predator.
My man would almost say he'll eat his mum's punani.
Oh man,
I feel like that.
He probably would.
He's
self-snitched. He self-snitched as well. He snitched on himself.
A lot of men end up self-snitching when they're living themselves.
Yeah, but when you're talking too much.
Rap game as well. A lot of men self-snitching for the clicks.
It's like that MF Doom and Mr. Fantastic song, rap snitching.
Tune in for clicks. A lot of people are being no. It's you. There's career cooning. But like Pretty Pinto, like
career coons, yeah, Suella Braverman.
And there's cooning for clicks.
Cooning for clicks.
Another one.
She coons for clicks.
And Uber Johnson as well. These are the people. Oh, I see them. Bro, trust me, that's not going past me. They're doing it in different ways. There's different ramifications of it.
That's bad.
So yeah, Andrew, man, I don't like. There's so much to say about him because he's upset so many people, and it's the rhetoric that he comes with. That whole, it's the women's fault that they've been raped, and I mean, do you know what? Tell a lie. Do you know what? I've got a little story, and I don't even know if I told you, man. I know someone that got raped, and I saw her directly after she got raped, and honestly, it's something that I've never forgotten. The way she reacted when she saw me, like I've never seen fear like that before in my life. Like, honestly, she literally quivered up into a corner far in the room, right by the front door. And she was just like tiny and she was shivering. And the guy that was with her was literally like, yo, that's Chins, like you remember Chins, man, you know Chins, he's all cool. And it took her like, I don't know, like 5 minutes to come to and realise it's just me. But I ain't gonna trouble her, she knows me. But like the things it can do to women is profound, and actually I can't believe I forgot about that, I didn't say it in the other tapes. But yeah, it was a madness, and it's touched me. Like, I've always felt that women need protecting after that, because it was different, man. Like really, it was different. And imagine it started off on a wave as well. It was a really nice time. Man linked up with these 2 yayis, went back to their yard. She went to go get a drink and we were gonna catch a cab back. The cab man ended up raping her, bro. Forced himself upon her. Yeah, man, she managed to free herself.
Yeah, that's common.
And get back to the yard, got back to the house. Obviously, I was still upstairs. The team that I was with went downstairs, checked on her, obviously, because she took bare long, and then checked on her. And then they were gone for time, so I was thinking, what's the fuck's going on here? So I left the bedroom now. And I looked down the stairs and they're just there, and she literally basically screamed when she's on me. So yeah, it's different. And my man talking about it is always their fault. Like, yo, you just need to get it's just different. That sort of, like I said, that sort of talk
That's
in
deep,
itself
bro.
is just
That's
dangerous,
mad.
because there's other women like that have been touched like that, and it's just unacceptable. It's the truth. So yeah, that was.
But it's also the worst thing is, right, it's that it's gonna have he's majority of his audience are like young teenage boys, sort of thing. You know, but I come home, right, one time, like when I was living in Harrow. Come to visit my mum. I see my little brothers. They're on like TikTok. They're watching Andrew Tate videos, and for me, it was just like a little bit concerning, because these are young minds that they're like sponges. They haven't really formulated their opinion or their viewpoints or the stances in the world yet.
Impressionable, isn't it?
They're impressionable, and yeah, as you said, like some things from that whole community, that red pill community, is dangerous, and they're giving like young men like a lot of how do I say, backwards sort of thought process.
Yeah,
do you know what I mean? A lot of the times, you know. Yeah. So yeah, it's dangerous.
To me, like it's a product of this attention economy, and like his narrative is definitely pissed off.
Yeah.
The powers that be, like, definitely.
Yeah.
You know, if they onto you, innit? If the machine's onto you, like, they will try and frame you. You know what I'm saying? They will lie on you. You know, not saying like, you know, you can defend what Tate is saying, you know, but they can still, like, okay, cool. If you're pissing off them and what you're saying is getting yourself shadow banned. It's almost like they're trying to put him in his place. Like, yo, you can't be bigger than us, you know, because even though they banned him on like YouTube and that, but people are still having him on their podcasts. His clips are still surfacing on the internet. You know, having him on your platform and it's gonna make you money.
Yeah.
At the end of the day. So, like, how much do people really care?
You don't care until it affects you. Like, that seems to be the premise behind
humans. Like, the way people think, like, like, if I can make money from you, to, you know, speak, like, at the end of the day, he's somebody that's like everybody's talking about it.
Yeah.
You know, having him on your platform, you know, if you're gonna cancel him that much, don't have him on your platform. If people care that much. You know, what's her name? That Pearly girl. You know, she had it on. But obviously, look, a lot of people try and call her a pick me or whatever, but I don't think that's true. You know? So people still give him the platform. So how upset are people? Do you know what I'm saying? And so it's mad how he's become so relevant. Like, this is crazy. That's what blows my mind the most. Like, you had Sky News and that talking about him. The way how they done him dirty, like, differently. Racist, misogynistic, they just but it came up on social media, you know what I'm saying? But, you know, even traditional media started to talk about him.
Well, social media is just as big as traditional media. I mean, social media is traditional media now. You have to talk about it.
Yeah, it's the main source for information nowadays.
You know, the mainstream media has fully taken over all forms of social media, from Twitter,
television, films, all outdated.
They've got to make sure their news gets into your face.
Yeah.
You know, that agenda has to reach you. If it doesn't,
100%,
yeah.
That's how it goes.
Trust me.
Mr. Andrew, and he knew that. That was his whole forte. His whole aim. That's Mr. Andrew.
But he's a fool. He reminds me of John Gotti, like, in a way where, in the sense where, would you think walk Gotti down? If you know anything about, obviously, mafia, he spoke too much. Gotti had a big mouth.
It
was bare white taps, but John Gotti had a huge mouth, bro.
Yeah, okay, that makes sense.
He used to talk too much. Andrew Tate, shut your mouth, bro. You're chatting too much now. Like, shut up, man, you dickhead. Shut your mouth. Like, why are you talking so much, lad? Like, when you talk so much, you're gonna get yourself in trouble. If you talk too much, you can get banged in your face for talking too much.
You gotta keep your head. You gotta keep your head down in the real world, innit?
So, like, people who make the rules break the rules. Like, you know what I'm saying? They're making an example out of you. Okay, what? Like, you're gonna we banned you on YouTube. We banned you on. People are still promoting you. People are still get you on their platforms. Cool. Boom. Yeah. Human trafficking. We're sending you to jail now. Do you know what I'm saying? We'll send him to jail, but like he's still got an influence out here. Like, and then they still, what are they gonna do? Torture him? They still have to, like, because so many people know about him and he's so like famous. You know what I'm saying? So they have to, like, what we're gonna do with this take? Like, okay, we'll see, we've slapped all these charges on him, but we gotta give him bail at the end of the day. Like, you know,
he's been held in Poland, right?
Romania. Yeah, he's not a political prisoner. No. And then so he's not a political prisoner. He's still, like, you know, you got to do due process, innit? Like, you got to let him, like, what is it? Was he, like, you know what I mean? Has he killed anybody? Like, no, I'm not even defending my man. But
human trafficking and money laundering is what he's getting done for. Yeah.
But it's, these kind of, but see, my man, he's like, look, this guy, bro, he'll say anything.
There are certainly activities in the world that are for white people and activities in the world that are for black people. And I asked my cousin, I said to him, bro, why do black people not like do extreme sports and shit? He's like, bro, being black is already extreme. Life's extreme. Like, I don't need to jump. Have you ever seen a black man parachuting? Do you see a black man swimming with sharks? Do you see a black? None of this shit.
Oh, why not? It's true.
It's true.
So, like I can't.
So what you're saying? Life is extreme enough. Yeah, life's extreme enough out here on the street.
What are the real repercussions he's gonna face? This is what I'm saying. Are people taking him a bit too serious? What's really gonna happen to him?
People do take him serious.
Like 1 minute you're gonna hear about tape, the next thing you're gonna hear about the war in Ukraine. Like what? Do you know what I'm saying? Why there's people are actually dying? Not just that. Like, bro, you know, Rwanda.
Crazy.
You know, I don't know if anybody's heard of that.
Don't know that happened.
Oh yeah, you know.
When was that? This
recent, a couple of days ago. Yeah, there's a say act of war, man. We've always been beefing Rwanda and Congo.
Let's focus on our team.
But it's like they made him. My point is they've made him so important.
Yeah.
Like why? Like that's my thing about him. Innit? Why? Like why is he affecting you that much? Like,
yeah.
You know, you got this impressionable youths that are following him. How stupid can you be to follow?
Impressionable.
My little brother told me that.
That's what they are. They're impressionable. You know, the things that like a lot of times they don't know about them. They're still formulating their.
It's not little youths though. Ryan's cousin is the same man who's like, he does say some things that make some sense. You know, you gotta listen to what he says.
No, but he does though.
Okay, when he talks about I tell you while
he says things that he knows that certain people are gonna want to hear, and then he says other things that he knows that certain people aren't gonna hear, but also he knows that it's gonna be divisive. He knows that some people are gonna agree with it, even if the majority of people don't agree with it. He knows that there's gonna be the chunk that do agree with saying it.
My first nominee is Priti Patel. Priti Patel, who is a Conservative MP here in the United Kingdom. For anyone that's from America watching us, like before 2022, this woman is a far right enthusiast, pretty much. She's before she joined the Conservative Party, she was already part of basically another UKIP, you know, before actual UKIP, called the Referendum Party. Very big on basically Euro skeptics. They wanted the UK to be out of the EU, you know. So after that, she became an MP for the Conservatives. But obviously, people like higher ups were vouching for Priti Patel already. I think they were grooming her to be a sellout, basically. So, with Priti Patel, she served as Home Secretary from July 2019 to 2022, when obviously Boris Johnson was Prime Minister. So, her parents are Ugandan Indian, you know, so she's basically African, right?
Yeah.
You know, so she considers herself a Thatcherite as well. Approved the extradition of Julian Assange. The BLM nil, she called that gesture politics, especially at a time where racial tensions were very high.
Yeah.
You know, so here comes Priti Patel and says that the nil is gesture politics.
I just don't support, people participating in, that type of gesture politics to a certain extent as well. It's all well to support a cause and, make your voices heard. But actually, quite frankly, and we saw last year in particular with some of the protests that took place, I speak now very much from what I saw in the impact on policing. It was devastating. And not only that, I just don't subscribe to this view that we should be rewriting our history. Pulling down statues, the famous Coulson statue and what's happened there. Toppling statues is not the answer. It's about learning from our past, learning from our history, and actually working together to drive the right outcomes.
The England fans are right to boo?
Well, that's a choice for them, quite frankly.
Would you be booing if you were in the stands?
I've not gone to a football match to even sort of, contemplate that. But I maintain my point, quite frankly, that we learn from our past. We don't try and rewrite it.
Again, Brexit, she was a leading voice. She was the lead for the Leave campaign. Obviously, Nigel Farage, he was going in Farage, But obviously, Priti Patel again. In 2022, she introduced the Police, Crime and Sentencing and Courts Act as well, which basically gives more powers to police to violate people, and who's that going to affect the most in society? Rich people or poor people?
Yeah, of course, poor people.
So, and the fact that, again, she's from Rwanda.
Uganda.
Sorry.
Easy mistake to make.
My bad. But her parents are Ugandan Indian.
Yeah.
So she's basically there's a point system that they have with refugees from Rwanda.
Yeah.
So let me just get up quickly. You say, would you beat it?
Priti Patel. To be honest with you, as much as I don't like her, she looks good for her age, man. Let's be honest.
Whoa!
I hear you. That's what I'm gonna. That's all.
Come on, man.
That's what I'm gonna say.
Wasn't it Skepta? He was he posted an Instagram picture of of Priti Patel, basically saying he would, and then he got bare backlash for it.
Saying inappropriate. Saying the people turned on him for that.
People started calling Skepta a coon for that.
No, but he put up an Instagram tweet as well, post, and he was talking about, he was a coon in the 80s. He believed everything on TV.
Oh, swear down.
Yeah. Joe must have sent it to me. Screenshot it. He sent it to me. So. For me, Umar Johnson, I want to give it to Umar Johnson because of his contradiction.
Shannon Sharpe had the snow bunny virus when he was in high school. Shannon Sharpe never liked black people. Shannon Sharpe never cared about black people. Maybe that's why you don't date black girls. Skip cannot survive without you, Shannon. What is he going to do? Bring Ernestine up there to take your place? What is Skip Bayless going to bring Ernestine up there to replace Shannon Sharpe? Ernestine can't do what Shannon do. Shannon is intelligent. Shannon is articulate. He researches well. He speaks very clearly. Skip Bayless cannot survive without Shannon Sharpe.
The fact that he's and he also spoke about doing a verses, when the rappers were doing verses against each other.
Peace and black power, peace and black power, peace and black power. Shout out to Big Daddy Kane, KRS-One. Excellent verses last night. Here's the question I have. Who should Dr. Umar do a verses with in the so-called conscious community? Because there really isn't one. Who should Dr. Umar do a verses with in a so-called conscious community to raise funds to renovate the Honorable Frederick Douglass High School? Who should Dr. Umar do a versus battle with?
So he's been doing stuff like that for a long time, you know, but obviously. Now we're going to have a unanimous vote to decide on the winner of Coon of the Year 2022. And we're also going to have special mentions because there's been too many people just getting it in. So, Mo, who is your pick of the bunch?
So for me, obviously my nominees were Alfonso Ribeiro and Kanye West. I also liked other people's nominations as well. Personally, for me, if I could, one standout person that I would say is Kuna for the whole year, I've got to say Suella Braverman. I think she is, I think she out-cooned all the coons, bruv. You know what I mean? And yeah, man, like it's kind of like it's you know, someone from. I think there should be like how do I say it? She's making legislations and she's making decisions on a political level that is affecting a lot of people from ethnic backgrounds, and her herself being, you know, having immigrant parents. I think I would expect a little bit more empathy, and you know the fact that she's actually in a position of power in government, and you know, just I don't support that, and I'm just gonna say that she's my vote. I think that was that. Yeah, good nomination from Chins.
No, definitely.
Yeah.
So my winner is obviously between Umar Johnson and Priti Patel, and I would have to just give it to Priti Patel. Very similar reasons that you gave about Suella, and her rap sheet is just a mad thing.
Oh yeah.
It's just a mad thing, you know. So claiming she's a Thatcherite.
Yeah. Oh yeah. She said a lot of stuff.
Umar Johnson's lucky though. He's lucky, you know. His fuckeries has not been going unnoticed. You know, like he's ripping off black people like that. So
yeah, snake oil salesman. That's what the term is, isn't it?
Yeah, trust me, Charlotte. You know, not people might not agree with me, but yeah. So my person is Priti Patel. It's official.
Nice. What do you guys think? What do you think, Chins? Who you voting for?
Oh, that's a good question. Who am I going with? Oh, sorry, looking at the camera out here. That's not good. Yeah, well, I didn't just actually nominate Suella Braverman. I nominated the whole of the entire Conservative government. There's multiple men in there. Cruella de Vil is one of them for sure. And I think out of my two votes, out of my two nominees, I mean, Andrew Tate is very polarising. He is a bit of a twat, and he is all of those things, but he's still a bit of he's just clickbait really. And I know there are people that do follow it, and it is a bit dangerous, but like the things that he did say is, you know, again, I already said they're beyond all means, especially when he's talking about women. But a lot of people know that it's wrong. Do you know what I mean? They know it's wrong. A lot of people aren't taking it seriously, and a lot of people are against what he's saying. Enough for me to feel that it's not that dangerous. But this Conservative government's been in charge for a long time now, you know. A long time. Men. You know what I mean? In that time that they've been in power. And I know we're just talking about 22, but it's a long It's a long time of coonery, man.
Yeah.
From Grenfell
Politics is plagued with coons.
to all of these things that are just that have popped up,
Especially female
and
coons.
led to us now. You know, and Suella Cruella, she's just like the pinnacle, really, of this conservative government. You know, I mean, what was one of the things that she said? She said recently.
Well, it's just the invasion thing. You're calling immigrants coming here as an invasion, describing that. You know,
She's part of the British Empire.
Protest bill, doesn't she? That she's trying to bring through.
that's another one. Yeah.
There's a lot of things that she's trying to do right now. That's why I say in 2023, she's gonna be the top dog. She's gonna be mentioned again. I'm telling you this now. I've foreseen that she's moving like crazy. I don't think it can even last that long. You know, like the things she's planning to put in place, I'm sure it's going to get to a point. Because there was Holocaust victims coming out and telling her to take back what she said, and she's refusing. So, yeah, it's not going to be long before she's having to apologise for something. You know that?
Yeah. In immigration in 2002, as Home Secretary, Braverman referred to people reaching to the UK by crossing the channel in small boats as invasion.
Yeah, invasion. The guy had to know the Vikings hitting the shore again. Oh my God, the Vikings are coming.
The Norsemen, no.
Her and Pretty Patel at the borders, right?
We are not enter our beaches. We are proud of our monarchy.
I'm a child of the British Empire. Kill us before you kill our masters.
Jesus, top coons.
So just Conservative Party in general.
They've definitely got my vote after you said. I'm getting visions of Samuel L. Jackson. You know what
There go, get your black ass.
You ain't gonna get away with this, Jacob. They gonna catch your black ass. You gonna be on the wanted posters now, nigga. The bounty hunters gonna be looking for you.
Nah, but this is coming on a horse, man. Like, yo, I'm getting proud of my government. I'm proud of the British imperial class. Jesus.
Bro, they'll put their lives down for them.
Yeah.
For the
They love Master's life more than they love their own.
I'm telling you.
Do you know what? That's gonna get my vote.
And the wickedest thing is they get trashed online, like by flipping trolls, by racist trolls. That's the wickedest thing. They're going on like
that's sad, man.
they're all good, like squeaky clean.
These times, Mo said that he would slap Pretty Patel though.
Bring
that one back.
You would as well. Mike's is on my side, you know.
A lot of people will.
You know what?
You know what? I need to stop the chicken from burning in the oven.
So, Mike's, obviously, right now, Suella and the Conservative Party, they're in the lead. Who are you voting for?
Oh, yes, sorry. Pass the mic.
Where's the trophy?
Yeah, so for me,
Where's the trophy?
I would also agree with Chins with the Conservative government, but I'm also going to say Kanye West. I'm also going to say Kanye West.
Why?
Kanye West, okay, Conservative government, we've already gone through that. Cool. Kanye West, for a long time, he's been, you know, a lot of people will say that he's going through it mentally, he's having some mental issues, all of that, mental health, all of that. But from when you said slavery was a choice, we look past that. And then now you're saying, what did he say about the Jews again? Saying a whole bunch of stuff about Jews. Which is, some people will be like, oh, it's okay, some people will look past it. But at the same time, you gotta remember like millions of Jews died back in the day.
Yeah.
Like it's actually deep. Yeah, fair enough. That happens all over the world sometimes. But that's not a reason why we should kind of.
This doesn't justify anti-Semitism.
No, it doesn't. It doesn't mean we need to like push it away and be like, oh, it happens all over the world. It's still not right. You get it? Like, millions of people dying. Like that's a fuckery. You know. Even if the white, blue, brown, yellow, black, purple, you get it. Like it's still lost a life. Still loss of human life, and it's still kind of deep. So that's the same way we feel about like police killing black people unlawfully anyhow, murderous genocidal police, you know, biggest gang in the whole world, you know. But the same way we feel about them not killing us unlawfully anyhow, it's the same way like Jewish people feel about like the Holocaust and that. And you know, so it's kind of deep at the same time. But I guess Kanye is not the only one that could say that.
He wouldn't be my winner because Kanye West says he's like Tate.
Yeah, I understand.
Them man are very narcissistic.
He wouldn't be my winner.
They're very
but what he's saying is
self-consumed.
very
So
dangerous.
he don't, so they'll touch on race lines. Them kind of people there.
Yeah, but what he's saying is very, very dangerous and could have like dire consequences for like other communities, like the Jewish, not just, you know. But ultimately, because Kanye West, whatever Kanye West says doesn't really affect my way of life, doesn't really directly affect my way of life, doesn't really set the policies for my, you know what I mean, for my culture, the way I live, really and truly, I'm going to go with the Conservative government as the top.
I hear that, but I think we need an individual winner though. Oh, doing joint winners. We need.
No, but technically, we've technically voted for the Conservative government because you said Priti Patel is part of the Conservative Party, and it is based. We have, in a way, voted for the Conservative Party. So, yeah.
But if we were to choose one winner,
who's worse? Who's worse, Rishi, Priti, or Suella?
See, the trophy.
Who's worse?
Yeah, like let's say out of these three, Rishi Sunak, Priti, and Suella. Who would you guys say is the worst?
It's gonna have to be Sunak. It's gonna be Sunak because he's the head honcho.
Thank you for the trophy, bro.
Whatever happens, whatever Priti Patel does, or whatever what's her name does as well. Raymond does.
But then
okay,
yeah.
Sorry,
you're
bro.
now ultimately controlled by the Prime Minister.
All right. Another thing with Priti Patel.
Sorry to interject quickly, just on my message here, because he said that they answer to my man. They do answer to my man, but they don't really. They answer to their party first and foremost. Even Rishi Sunak answers to his party. He might be the leader, but he still answers to his party. The same way Boris Johnson was able to be kicked out to Theresa May. These people have been kicked out by their party. Vote of no confidence. Of
course.
That's all it takes. So that's why I say the Conservative government, because all these people follow the rhetoric of the people in power. So and yes, Rishi Sunak and Suella Cruella,
who are signing up for it,
and Priti Patel, they've all signed up to be, you know,
Boulay.
like I said, the coups, the people that are leading that charge. They are of multi-ethnicity, but it don't matter. They're still answering to their, you know, their leaders. They are subservient, and at the end of the day, they have no problem, you know, putting out policies that damage people just to keep their position, just to be that person that says, yes, I'm master, not a master, to people that are above them, to their party. They're slaves to their party, nonetheless. So that's why that's why I chose the Conservative government, and that's why I stick with it. It's difficult to name one of them because at the end of the day, they're all playing the same tune, isn't it? They're all dancing to the same tune, and they're all fiddling.
I know, but when I think about Priti Patel, like saying the BLM deal was gesture politics, I'm like, who are you? Like, who are you to come out of the blue? Like, at a time where there's high racial tension, for her to come along and say, it's gesture politics now. So now that mobilizes bigoted people. That mobilizes racist people. I'm thinking, okay, look, the government's saying it's gesture politics, right? So all the hooligans, the football hooligans, the Millwall fans, like, yeah, see, like they're gonna buy into that, you know. So, like, is it ironic that at a time like that, here comes Priti Patel, the Neil's gesture politics? It's like, I'm not even mad at it because this is what I expect, but I'm just calling it out for people to really see the hidden hand. Like, what's really at play. How they're using individuals like her, you know, when it's time, right? Yes, master. I'm gonna set up my people. So
Interject quickly, but you realise that I don't know really, but I think Priti Patel could have stayed on with Rishi's government, but she decided to leave.
No, she's been bullied. She's been like, she's known.
Kicked out from Liz Truss, I'm pretty sure. She resigned from them.
No.
Yes, yeah.
A few of them resigned, yeah.
You're right.
She was one of them, yeah.
But she had to stay. Well,
she had the chance to stay, but she decided not to. I don't think she got kicked out per se, because what I read is that she just left, you know, she retired.
Bro, there's been accusations of bullying and meeting Israeli officials when she wasn't allowed, so she had to step down, right, under Theresa May.
Yeah.
Wait, huh?
Yeah.
No, I think she was, she was doing some deals behind the party's back and stuff. Yeah.
I'm getting it up.
No, she's
serious.
Yeah, I'm not too privy when it comes to that topic, but she's had her and Benjamin Netanyahu have been having like meetings and stuff over things. Yeah,
I'm just trying to fact check meetings with Israeli officials and resignation on November the 3rd, 2017. It was revealed that Patel had held meetings in Israel in August 2017
without telling the Foreign Office. BBC reported that according to one source, at least one of the meetings was held at the suggestion of the Israeli ambassador to London. In contrast, British diplomats in Israel were not informed about Miss Patel's plans.
Yeah. It's just a slap on the wrist, though, isn't it? For someone, you're still a boulet, innit?
Yeah.
You know, they're still gonna keep giving you butter biscuits. You know what I'm saying? You're still gonna, you know, it's a slap on the wrist for her, innit?
Yeah.
You know. So yeah, Priti Patel, like.
You want to vote for one person, and you're saying that one person's pretty.
And I do hear the argument with the Conservative Party. Yeah. I do.
I'm saying Suella, personally, and you're saying Rishi, understandable.
Okay.
But yeah, I just think to be honest with you, I think Suella is more vocal about her bigotry than Rishi. I don't think I've heard Rishi. He might have said things publicly, but I haven't.
Rishi's thing is I'm taking. Rishi's thing is I'm taking the money out of the city, out of the places that really need it, all of them deprived areas, and I'm gonna put it into the rich countryside. That's apparently.
That's what he's saying.
I live in a very large houses, do not have like places like in Kent.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure he was in the Royal Tunbridge Wells when he had this speech. And he went out to them and said, I'm going to be taking our money from these men and we're going to put it back to your communities out in the Royal Tunbridge Wells. Which, like...
Yeah.
That's nuts, yeah. That is crazy.
Making the rich white elites richer.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
take that money from...
But I still ain't going to run for Rishi. I want to say the Conservatives, but if it has to be one of them, which I don't know why, because they're all together. They're all working together, singing off the same hymn sheet. They're not a boy band, but should I say they're a band, innit? That's how we're putting it.
Who wins the race? But who wins this race?
They're all working together. I'd have to say.
If you say Suella, she's the winner. And that's a great case there you made.
But for me, I don't think she's like just really starting to hit her coonery side. She ain't even hit the high.
But she's already saying like
she's only just coming.
There's a lot of potential in the coonery there.
I'm not gonna lie, I wasn't really aware of all the mad stuff she's been doing, like and saying and politically. You actually, so I done some digging. So I was like, hold on, yeah, you're up there with Patel, but you're kind of doing it discreet. Like you're not in the papers like as much as Patel. Like Patel is a figurehead of coonery. Do you know what I'm saying? She's like the
last year Priti Patel didn't do that much because she resigned when the trust came into power. So she spent most of last year as a sideman. That's why I say it again. But she's still singing off the same hymn sheet as all these men. So I have to still pushing
Assange. She approved to extradite Assange, stuff like that. You know, it's. No.
Priti Patel was still pushing Rwanda in 2022. before.
Yeah, so
all of this
but
happens.
this is the thing. So was Suella. So like I said, Suella's whole dream was to see Rwandans on a plane going back to Rwanda. This is what they're singing off the same hymn sheet, bro. Like that's just proving it. That's why I have to give it to the. No, sorry, that is even proof.
The women,
they're all together. They're together. They're together. They're together. They're like this. I'm gonna say up. No, they're together. Sorry. Yeah. Suella, Cruella, Rishi, all of them coloured man, them in the Conservative Party.
100%.
Crowd. Yeah, all the top coons.
Hey, that deserves a round of applause, bro. That alone. No.
Are we just gonna give it to the Conservatives then? Yeah.
We had to because they're saying jump. They're saying jump. How high?
I'm so sorry.
They're saying jump. How high? Coon. How much?
Okay, so is that the coon of the year? Just the Conservatives, yeah? Just the Conservatives.
Well, the Conservative Party.
You do the honours, my friend.
I hear it, but look, it's been. I told you, it's not easy. These decisions are not easy, man. Like,
but we met in the middle at the end, man.
Like joint winners. We've got joint winners, yeah. Winners. We have Conservative parties. Joint winners. Suella Braverman. We have Priti Patel. We have Richie Sunak. Congratulations to the Conservative government for being Coons of the Year 2022.
We see our eyebrows 15K.
Oh man, it was, look, you things ain't easy, people, man. You wouldn't want to be us, trust me. It's been a difficult one. Thank you very much to everybody that's been watching this new segment. You know, give us recommendations in the comments of culprits that we might have missed out. Get involved. Let us know. Don't forget to subscribe, like, share. Let's spread the message out there. Stop cooning and buffooning, man.